Good morning. I attended Tommy Robinson's Oldham event. It was on a council estate, a very tidy council estate in Oldham, and quite well attended, about 300 people in total, mostly outsiders, but quite a lot of locals. There were obviously kids looking out the bedroom windows and what have you. Loads of curious people. Some of them didn't even know who this man was. They were bemused at all this traffic. I went with a friend. I've given support to Tommy Robinson and Britain First for many years. You know, I see them both as being loyal patriots who are trying to expose this Islamisation, this cruelty upon our girls, which is true. I saw this group gang grooming 24 years ago, and it is true. It is. These were Turkish Kurds, and the police didn't want to know then either. There was terrible violence. These groups of Muslim men travel from outside. They travelled. When we were coming to the events, we actually saw about 40 or 50 of them in a group, and they were all ballied up, balaclavas, faces covered and what have you, all dressed identically in black to make it harder to identify them. Basically had a lot of hostility even then. Apparently there's a group, Muslim Defence League, ironic since nobody's attacking them. Muslim Defence League openly organised it on Facebook, and I saw a very hateful video where he stated quite clearly, they were to attack the whites. He actually stated this, show the white low lives, what we think of them, and teach Tommy Robinson a lesson. Go down and teach him a lesson. It was organised and inspired on a Facebook page, but I don't think that Facebook page has been took down. So anyway, cut long story short, when these people appeared, these masked thugs appeared, all the able-bodied men, locals or whatever, or Tommy supporters, instinctively just went to the front, to the police line, basically, because you could see the police were outnumbered. It's a wonder they kept them back, and they were throwing bricks and rocks. It wouldn't surprise me if some of the local kids have been hurt, because they were mainly landing on vehicles and in the front gardens, and a few lumps of concrete went right over my head, landed behind me just next to a comrade. As I say, I was there just giving some support to Tommy, although I'm mainly involved with Britain First. And what we do need really in Britain First is you young guys, the same young guys that were stood there ready for this neo-Nazi Islamic breakthrough. And we know the Pakistani heritage, we know a lot of them carry knives, this is a fact, and deal drugs, and these are the worst offenders for the grooming gangs. So there were a load of guys, I'm a bit older, but there were loads of guys in the 20s and 30s, able-bodied guys who were quite willing to stop these guys in the tracks if necessary, or try to protect the 300-ish people behind, who were pushchairs, or women with young girls, husbands, couples, just wanted to see what it was all about, uninvolved civilians really, and they were going to bear the brunt of any attacks. So I'd encourage any of you guys, please try and look into Britain First to see if it suits you. Could you join us? It's only 20 quid I think, or you can pay for it over the months. As I say, I was warned about this savage ideology by my father when I was a young lad, when I was about 13, 14, and this guy had read a lot of the Quran. My dad was a very clever guy. He'd read a lot of the Quran. He'd read a lot of Winston Churchill's works, where Winston Churchill stated a man full of Sharia, full of Islam, behaves like a rabid dog. He actually stated this in his book River Wars in 1898. So all these lefties are trying to say about religion and peace is a total pile of bullshit. Islam did, of course, wipe out 450 years of Christian Middle East, killing millions of people. They've organised and ran the human slave trade for donkey's years, for hundreds and hundreds of years. This is a fact. And even their prophet, who they say is such a perfect individual, was in fact a mass killer, a warlord, a thief and a gangster. And he did personally cut people's throats in their Quran. Just remember this. Okay, so I'll put a link underneath. If you could see your way to looking into Britain First, perhaps join on the monthlies if you like. I think it's a few £, a month, or it's 20 or 30 quid. I'd have to look. I'm a life member, so I've not looked at this, but it's not expensive, and you will be, doing activities, usually just leafleting activities, which will help wake people up to the threat of jihad, and will help your kids and my kids' land be a lot safer in the future. Okay, that's Dave signing off. So have a look at this link. And I mean, Tommy can't do it on his own. You can support Tommy all you like, and he's a very brave individual, no doubt about it. Very brave patriots. But the trouble is, having it all depending on one man is, all you have to do is like cut off the head of a snake, as the saying goes, the military saying goes, and you've basically destroyed the whole organisation, because it's all organised around one man. Hence, when he was jailed, when he was set up and jailed, you know, there was no one left except Britain First to carry the torch. So I really would encourage you, especially you young guys with young families, or you know, you split up with your partner and you're losing your job due to all these immigrants, and you know, we know they're getting preferential treatment in housing and everything else. Please consider joining Paul Golding's crew. If you do, I will see you at the front line, so to speak. And rest assured, that violence I saw, the assault by the Islamo-Nazis at Tommy's rally yesterday, I've never seen this at any Britain First events. But when you're dealing with an area like Oldham, which has been riddled with, you know, Pakistani drugs gangs, grooming gangs for years, they've got a foothold, and you know, they are told in their ideology that they are the master race. So please consider looking into Britain First. It might suit you. It certainly suited me. I've got kids, and the way it's going, I hate to think what this land's going to be like in like 10 years time, when my little lad's older. You know, there's going to be nothing left. There's not much left now, with fake news media and the far left controlling everything, silencing everybody, you know, threatening people with jail for speaking the truth of what's in the Quran. And the Quran is, believe you me, full of savagery, barbarity, racism and hatred towards all other peoples on earth except them. Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.